everyone, and welcome back to Senior Care Insights. You know us. We're all about helping you feel your best, mentally and physically, as you navigate this exciting chapter of life. And today we're going deep. We've got two amazing experts in health and psychology who've been working with seniors for years.
We are, and we're so excited to have this conversation with you. We really want to help you thrive.
And, often the conversation about aging can get so focused on the outward stuff.
Right.
But what we're really interested in today is what's happening inside. How do our mindsets change, and what practices can we embrace to make these years truly fulfilling?
That's what we're here for.
And I think a lot of it starts with this kind of fundamental shift, after maybe decades of putting everyone else first, our families, our careers. There comes a point where we got to turn that care inward. It's like we've been the caregivers, the problem solvers for so long.
Yeah.
And now it's time to give ourselves that same love and attention we've so freely given to others.
And you know what? It's not selfish at all. It's actually essential. It's like, think about everything your body and mind have carried you through. All those experiences, all those years.
Absolutely.
They deserve some serious TLC. And they're sending you signals. Maybe you need more rest, or you're craving healthier foods, or your body's just begging for some gentle movement.
It's like listening to those whispers.
Exactly. And honoring them, because that's how we show gratitude for all our bodies have done for us.
It's like acknowledging the mileage, right? You wouldn't expect a car to run forever without regular maintenance.
No way.
And our bodies and our minds are even more complex.
So true.
And speaking of our minds, for so much of our lives, our thoughts might have been dominated by things outside of ourselves, worries about family, finances.
Oh, yeah, the world events, the news cycle.
All of that. And now's the time to create some space, some mental breathing room.
It is. That constant overthinking, worrying, it could be so draining. We really need to replace that with a sense of peace.
Peace. I love that.
Let go of needing to have all the answers. And instead, focus on what brings you joy, what nourishes your mind.
And I love the idea of actively nourishing your mind. Like, are there books that inspire you or music that lifts your spirit?
Definitely.
Or maybe it's just having those conversations that leave you feeling energized and positive.
It's like creating a mental diet, choosing what you allow in.
Absolutely. And then there's the other side of that. What are we letting go of?
Oh, yeah. Like, what's the noise that's draining you, the negativity, those unhelpful opinions?
The stuff that clutters our inner world.
Exactly. And how do we do that? A big part of it is setting boundaries.
Boundaries. This can be tough for so many of us, especially if we've spent years in a caregiving role.
Yeah. But boundaries aren't about shutting people out.
No.
It's more about deciding what you're willing to accept and what you're not.
And it's about protecting our hearts, too.
Oh, definitely. I mean, think about all your heart has been through: the love, the loss, the healing.
Yeah, it holds on to everything.
It does. And now more than ever, it needs that kindness, that gentleness.
We've got to protect it from those relationships that drain us.
And fill it with self-love.
Yes. Because when we take care of our minds and our hearts, it creates this amazing space for our spirits to reconnect with themselves. The inner voice.
That spark.
Yes, the thing that makes you feel truly alive. It's always there.
It is.
But it can be so easy to lose track of it in the busyness of life.
Yeah, it's like it gets drowned out.
Exactly. So what brings you back to that? Maybe it's prayer or spending time in nature.
Maybe it's just being quiet for a while.
Or losing yourself in a creative project. Whatever it is, your spirit's been waiting for you to listen.
It has. And, boundaries are such a crucial part of all of this.
They are. It's learning to say no.
Yes. No to those requests that leave you feeling resentful.
No to the favors that stretch you too thin.
No to conversations that just bring negativity into your life.
You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to feel guilty. It's okay to put your well-being first.
It is. You spent so much of your life making sure everyone else is okay.
Right.
Now it's your turn.
And this leads us to rest.
Rest.
Which for so many of us, we think of it as a luxury, something you earn after you've worked hard enough.
Yeah, that's a mindset we need to shift.
It's not a prize.
It's a necessity. You don't need to prove your worth through exhaustion.
You've already done enough. You've given enough.
You are enough.
And your body needs that rest. Your soul needs that rest.
It's not selfish. It's essential.
Absolutely. And as we create the space for ourselves through rest and boundaries, it opens us up to something so incredibly valuable. Inner peace.
Inner peace. It's the ultimate wealth, wouldn't you say?
It really is. Far more valuable than money or status. It's that deep sense of calm, of contentment.
Knowing you're okay, no matter what's happening around you.
Yes. And you can go to bed at night without regret.
Exactly. And it's not about controlling external circumstances.
No,
Because let's be honest, we can't control everything.
we can't.
True peace comes from within, from letting go of that need to micromanage everything,
And accepting what is.
surrendering to the flow of life.
And silence plays such a big part in that, doesn't it?
It does. In a world that's so loud and demanding,
All the time.
silence can be a radical act of self-care.
It can. And, we don't have to respond to everything.
No, we don't have to engage in every argument
Sometimes the strongest thing we can do is observe.
and choose where we direct our energy
Because when we create those moments of stillness,
and let the quiet in.
we often find that the peace we were searching for was already there.
It was right under the surface.
And part of cultivating that inner peace is forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Not just forgiving others, but forgiving ourselves too.
Yes. Letting go of that resentment, that anger.
Because holding on to those feelings, it doesn't punish anyone else.
It only hurts us.
It keeps us chained to the past.
And prevents us from experiencing the joy that's available right now.
We deserve that freedom.
We do. And that freedom extends to the environment we create around ourselves.
Absolutely. Who are we surrounding ourselves with?
Yeah. Are these people who bring us joy, or are they draining our energy?
And it's okay to choose nurturing relationships over those that leave us feeling depleted.
More than okay, it's crucial.
We have the right to walk away from negativity, from drama,
We do. Our energy is precious, especially now.
and we are responsible for protecting it.
Absolutely. And, one of the simplest ways to cultivate inner peace is through gratitude.
Gratitude,
It's amazing how powerful it can be, shifting our focus to what we already have.
appreciating the good,
Yeah, instead of dwelling on what we lack.
finding those moments of peace in the everyday beauty around us.
A warm cup of tea, a sunny day.
A shared laugh with a loved one.
That's where the magic is.
It is. And embracing the present moment because the past is gone.
And the future's uncertain.
All we have, for sure, is right now.
And inner peace. It's not something we find out there
It's something we create within ourselves.
every day.
Through the choices we make.
To release what no longer serves us.
To forgive.
To protect our energy.
And to be present.
Right here, right now.
And, part of that is letting go of the past, those old wounds we carry.
The regrets.
The disappointments.
It's heavy stuff.
And it can make this journey so much harder than it needs to be.
We got to decide that holding on isn't worth it anymore.
It's not. Those past hurts, the people who've left, the opportunities we think we missed.
They don't define us anymore.
No, the past can be a teacher,
It can.
but it's not a place to live.
And it's time to release that guilt, that self-blame.
We did the best we could with what we knew at the time.
We did.
And dwelling on what ifs.
Replaying old conversations.
It just drains our energy.
It does.
Some chapters close.
And that's okay.
It makes space for new ones to begin.
Exactly. And then there's resentment.
Oh, resentment. It's such a poison.
It really is. Holding on to anger, bitterness.
It doesn't hurt the other person.
It only hurts us.
Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning what happened.
It means choosing our own peace.
And sometimes that means letting go of the need for closure.
Yeah. Sometimes the apology never comes.
Or the explanation.
And we have to find that closure within ourselves.
Because our peace is more important than their acknowledgement.
It is. And, memory could be a tricky thing.
It can.
We often remember things as better or worse than they actually were.
It's true.
But we're not the same people we were back then.
We've grown. We've learned.
We've evolved.
So we can reframe those narratives.
We can look at those events with compassion
With a new perspective.
and not let them define us anymore.
Because the future can't unfold if we're clinging to the past.
No, it can't.
Letting go is an act of self-respect
It is.
and trust in a brighter future.
We deserve a life that's free from the weight of the past.
We do. And that leads us to energy management.
Energy management.
Our energy is so precious.
It's finite.
We need to be mindful of where we direct it.
Our focus.
Our emotions.
Our efforts.
How much time do we spend worrying about things we can't control?
Or engaging in situations that drain us.
We need to learn to step back.
And assess.
What really matters.
Where is our energy best spent?
And so much of what we carry,
Yeah.
it's not even ours to carry.
It's not.
We need to invest our energy in what builds us up,
In people who uplift us.
who support us.
Not in what breaks us down.
It's about being kind,
Compassionate.
but also knowing our limits.
We don't have to be available to everyone all the time.
We don't, and we deserve that same care and attention we give to others.
We do.
Protecting our energy is an act of self-respect,
It is. And sometimes it means choosing our battles
knowing which ones are worth fighting.
and which ones to walk away from.
There's power in silence,
There is choosing peace over chaos,
investing in joy,
growth,
fulfillment.
being selective.
And our thoughts, our emotions,
Our self-talk.
they play such a big role.
They shape our whole experience of life.
If we're constantly dwelling on negativity,
Replaying past regrets.
that's where our energy will go.
But if we focus on hope,
Gratitude.
possibilities,
The world starts to look brighter.
it does.
And the people around us.
They have a huge impact.
Notice how you feel after spending time with certain people.
If you feel drained, negative,
It's okay to create some distance.
it is. Protecting your energy is essential.
It's self-respect,
And, at the end of the day, it's our actions that speak loudest.
more than words.
We can give all the advice in the world.
But it's how we live our lives that makes the real impact.
Living with integrity.
Aligning our actions with our values.
That's what inspires others.
We don't have to convince anyone.
No.
Just live in a way that makes them curious.
Show them what peace looks like,
What self-respect looks like.
what authenticity looks like.
And sometimes silence is more powerful than words.
So much more.
It's about releasing that need for approval.
And becoming rooted in our own truth.
Moving with quiet purpose.
Trusting our path.
And those around us, they learn more from watching than from listening.
They do.
Our families, our friends.
They see how we navigate challenges.
How we treat ourselves.
That's what inspires them.
Our growth.
Our discipline.
Our resilience.
And consistency is key.
It's easy to say the right things.
But it's our actions that show what we truly believe.
Our kindness.
Our compassion.
Self-care.
Strength isn't about being loud.
It's about steadiness.
Grace.
Quiet confidence.
Knowing our worth.
Leading by example is about being authentically ourselves.
It is. And, life isn't a race.
It's not.
It's a journey.
And it's meant to be savored.
We get so caught up in waiting for the next big thing.
But the joy is in the now.
In the everyday moments.
And when we look back,
We realize how far we've come.
what we've overcome,
We got to celebrate those wins.
and have gratitude for the journey.
With all its twists and turns.
And aging itself, it's a privilege.
It is.
It's not something to fear.
Embrace it.
Every wrinkle, every gray hair,
Tells a story.
a story of a life well lived.
There's beauty in every stage.
And, let's release that need for perfection.
Yeah,
Life is messy,
it is.
and those messy moments are often the most beautiful.
They are.
Celebrate the people in your life.
Express that appreciation.
Don't hold back.
Life's too short.
So step outside your routine.
Try new things.
Embrace each day.
Your journey is unique.
Don't compare it to anyone else's,
Celebrate the life you have.
with all its ups and downs.
It's yours.
Well, so much wisdom here today. As we wrap up this deep dive, it really comes down to this. Prioritize self-care, cultivate inner peace, let go of the past, protect your energy, and lead by example.
Couldn't have said it better myself. This stage of life is so valuable. Embrace it with intention, with self-compassion, and with gratitude for the journey you've been on.
So well said. Thank you both so much for sharing your insights with us today. And to everyone watching, we hope this conversation has inspired you to think about how you can apply these principles to your own life. If you found it helpful, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below. We love hearing from you.
And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future episodes of Senior Care Insights. We're here to support you on your journey to healthy and fulfilling aging. Thanks for joining us.